Hi, Chris here from Truly Holistic. I thought it was time for a bit of an update, and we've got some exciting updates. I'm very excited about this potential of some new information, some new clearings, and what I'm finding, I had to have a bit of a deep session in regards to some new clearings that we needed to find because we're just clearing. Up to this point, we've just been clearing a lot of Archon energy, a lot of reptilian energy. Moloch has been a real pain in the ass, let's say. And I've just kind of needed that last wall to be that veil. We need to shift all these veils and make it a bit of a faster process to finding out the core reasons of what people's health problems are all about. And what I got from dowsing, I'm not going to call it my pension because I don't use one, but while I'm dowsing, was that you need to remove Solomon, okay, from your clients. So I thought, wow, it's pretty straightforward comment and straight up, remove Solomon. And then I dowsed a bit more and found out that, okay, we need to lift off Solomon's witchcraft. We need to lift off the curses, the spells. And it kept iterating the idea that witchcraft is the thing we need to clear out, okay? And that got me thinking, because I was thinking, well, reptilians use witchcraft. Okay. And this is going after the weaponry of what these beings use, okay? But it was interesting that the name Solomon came up as well, because, yeah, I've had Solomon in my charts for quite some time, and trying to lift off the curse of Solomon, every now and then it comes up. But not in such a big way as it is now, because since I've been really looking for Solomon, I put it in my charts, it's just been every client I'm working on, the second or third clearing that's going straight to, we need to remove Solomon. We need to remove his curses out, we remove his witchcraft out, remove Solomon himself out, and finding it within a lot of people, and it's making a lot of sense because all of a sudden these veils are just being lifted, and then we can specifically work on the areas that we need to work on anymore. And a client of mine who is has a very strong intuition capability, he had been working on helping with the sleep, and he had some very important information channeled to him during his dream. And at the time, he thought that was information that was going to be really beneficial to humanity. I guess it is, but in a less indirect, in a more of an indirect way. And it was information. It was essentially the bags of tools that Solomon uses against humanity to cause suffering. So now I've been able to use that information, get really deep on this whole witchcraft phenomena in regards to Solomon and how it all fits in with the reptilians as well. And what I'm finding is that the reptilians' sole weaponry, weapons against humanity, is witchcraft. So instead of focusing on removing reptilians, let's remove the weaponry they use. So that's what we're really focusing on now. And we're clearing out Solomon, we're finding out all the wheel of witchcraft spells, the curses, and there are certain names of certain spells that we're looking at as well. And again, a lot of that information in regards to the name of some of these spells came from one of my clients' dreams. Very interesting. Exactly, perhaps the same time that I was dowsing on and finding Solomon. This is what we need to be looking for: Solomon and removing all this witchcraft. Now, another thing I've been finding is that when we're clearing out Solomon and all this witchcraft, we're not having to create a protection anymore. Like leading up to this point, been working a lot on this whole idea of a firmament. And you would have seen in previous videos talking about a firmament, a dome or a bubble around a certain area that's going to stop these entities, such as reptilians, the archons, Moloch, and so on, penetrating and getting within you. Okay, but let's look at this perspective, that Solomon has always been a part of us. Okay, so Solomon's not actually accessing us. He's not coming through a doorway. He's not coming through a stargate. He's not coming through a portal or a wormhole. He has always been a part of us. Okay? And so when I'm clearing all the Solomon witchcraft stuff, all of a sudden, straight away I was like, okay, how is Solomon accessing us? And the answer I keep getting is that he doesn't access us. He was a part of us. Okay. So I'm finding that when we lift these veils off of us, which have always been there, this mask upon ourselves of being true 100% human is Solomon. And once we lift that off, all of a sudden we can see really for who we really are, and we already have a lot of the protection there in place. It's just been deactivated by this whole Solomon veil. So I'm finding that we're not having to do so much firmaments and so much protection once we lift off Solomon. And Dowsing told me that Solomon has been part of humanity for centuries. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that all of a sudden we're removing all the weaponry of the reptilians. Instead of directly looking for reptilians and just lifting reptilian after another reptilian, we're going for their weaponry. We're removing the weaponry. We're removing Solomon, which is this veil that humanity has had on themselves for centuries. And it's enabling and activating so many things within us to protect ourselves. And also I'm noticing that things are just connecting straight into the 7th dimension, connecting straight up to source without me having to intend that once we lift all this off. So this is very exciting, and again, this is just the start of things to come. And so another thing that came up was, again, through my client's dream, was Kapis, K-A-P-I-S, shield of light. Okay, and what that is a shield that shields Solomon from somebody like me finding him. So straight away, now we're getting to the point where we're looking for this shield, lifting the shield off, and all of a sudden we can find Solomon. There he is. He's hiding. We lift Solomon out. Okay, it's making big differences, which is really interesting. Also, these programs that Solomon puts in place, and again, it's creating suffering within humanity. We clear all that out, and all of a sudden, we can just do a few clearings after that, and all of a sudden we're done in that area, instead of just entity after entity and lifting it off. So this is really exciting in regards to Solomon. I know I'm saying that a lot, but watch this space. I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole a little bit deeper in regards to this, but I really feel like we are really figuring out how the reptilians have such a stranglehold on us, and this whole phenomena of witchcraft and Solomon is coming up time and time again. I've also had some other new clearings that came also from my mentor Chris Kaler, and that is plasmoid, which is really a disturbance of electromagnetic field. So people that are having pain problems, we're finding plasmoid, we're clearing plasmoid out, and also looking for Cypher, which is a new clearing as well, which I got from Chris as well. So these are going to be some clearings that you're going to hear quite regularly with having sessions with me. Once I've added them to my charts, they're just everyone. I'm finding we're clearing that out, and all of a sudden I'm noticing that reptilians are not coming up as much, which I feel like we're really progressing forward in regards to that. So watch this space. I hope you enjoyed this video, and having a ball here at the moment, and trying to unravel why we're really here, and removing these things that control us. Thank you.